Salad and I saw Halloween 2. It is directed by Rick Rosenthal. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. Today, I have a very famous guest. He is ultra famous. Introduce yourself, famous guest.
What is up? What is your voice you're doing? Why are you Southern? Also, was that your phone or my phone that went off?
It was my phone, and also the mics don't pick it up at all, so you didn't even have to acknowledge it, Tony.
I want them to know.
You want them to know that my stream alert for 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. went off that
Yes.
I have, that I never change any of my calendar alerts.
Man,
Who are you?
very famous YouTuber Tony from Backed.by is very famous. Last year we did Halloween 1.
Yeah, we sure did, and that's either the most or the second most popular as of this recording on my channel.
Oh, what's the most popular?
It's the Star Wars rant where I go, Star Wars sucks. And then I scream a lot.
Okay, anyway. Yeah, last year we did Halloween.
Put your mic on the mic. Put your nose... It has to be really close. Tony.
Last year I did Halloween.
Nice.
With you.
Yeah.
On your channel.
Yes.
People keep asking, did you review the first one? I'm like, yes, I did. Probably one of your better reviews. I'm not even biased. That's not even being biased. I thought it was very good.
I agree with you there.
And,
it's because Riley edited it.
And yeah, now we're here to talk about Halloween 2. Now, I've talked about Halloween 2 last year. This is the first Halloween 2 out of 3 movies that are considered a Halloween 2.
It's so confusing. Why did they decide to do this? Why did they decide to torture us?
You know what? Watch my episode on it, and I'll explain it. We did Worst Halloween 2, Best Halloween 2, and Worst Halloween 3. But yes, this was the first Halloween 2.
It is the first one.
Yes. And, because Halloween was huge. Now they got a studio behind them. They got Universal Pictures.
This is the second movie within the Halloween series whatsoever. Yes. So they don't know how big it's going to get at this point.
No, but Universal Pictures is paying for it now. That's why this one's bigger. It looks nicer. There's more sets than there was in the first one.
That's true. There are more sets in this.
Yeah. Universal produced this one and then Halloween 3, and then they were like, okay, we're done until the new series.
Do you want to jump right into it?
No, I want to give a little backstory.
All right, give me a backstory, Tony. Give the audience what they want.
John Carpenter didn't want to do this movie.
God dang it. I promise not to do that. My head just goes flippity floop, and there goes the headpiece.
John Carpenter didn't want to do this movie.
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, he decided to he figured they were going to do it anyway. He might as well do it. And he apparently got drunk every night when he was writing it.
As you do.
He just put some weird story elements just to make it kind of interesting. I don't even think he's a fan of it. I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis is a fan of this movie.
Would you say that when he was well, he wasn't directing. Dang it. I was going to ask, was the director drunk?
Rick Rosenthal? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I hope he was.
But yeah, they have a lot of the same team coming back for this behind the scenes. John Carpenter did the music with Alan Howarth, who I met recently.
Oh, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Good job.
They have mostly one person playing Michael Myers now, whereas the last movie was like 5 people. Now you got Dick Warlock.
Dick Warlock is Michael Myers?
Yes.
Why didn't they name him Dick in the movie?
Well, I think his real... Why would they name Michael Myers Dick Warlock?
Because he's a dick.
So...
He kills people.
So
He's a dick.
Dr. Loomis is going to be like, Dick Warlock's here. And they're like, who's Dick Warlock?
Yeah.
And they're like, he's Michael Myers now. And they're like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
They should have just named him Dick from the start.
They should have. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. When you think of people named Dick, you think of bad guys.
I think of this guy right here.
Exactly. A bad guy. Yeah, so they... Oh, be careful. He is being balanced on something that's not very steady. You should probably stop touching him.
Okay, I'll stop touching him. He's autistic. He doesn't like being touched, obviously, because he slaughters a bunch of people every day that he has a chance of.
Yeah, so they did this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is wearing a wig for most of it.
I noticed. I was like, hey, Jamie Lee Curtis, stop that. Stop wearing that wig. Execute, burn it off. I like your natural hair.
Yeah, she has wig. I forget what the reason was. I think she had different hair for something else because they went back to Halloween 1 during this, and they shot extra scenes for it for the TV version.
Well, there's a TV version of Halloween?
There's a TV version of Halloween. There's a TV version of Halloween 2 that I did a whole video on. The TV version is very bizarre. But yeah, so they shot different scenes for Halloween 1 because it was going to be on network TV, and they wanted to hype up this movie. And they added the scene, but Jamie Lee Curtis had to have, and they made it seem like she was coming out of a shower, so they put a towel on her head to cover up because I guess they didn't have the wig.
I mean, that's clever.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, so they decided to go the Bride of Frankenstein route and pick up where the last one left off. Now
I lead this
movie.
Review, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically...
You never do the behind the scenes part. I wanted to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I never do. I don't know any behind the scenes. I only know of what I see of this movie, and I can tell you whether it's good just by looking at it. Okay. I do like how this movie does pick up from where it left off. Laurie's in the hospital.
Yes.
She's in a coma during the entirety of the movie, except for probably the last third.
She wakes up here and there to talk to Jimmy. Yeah.
Also, oh man, Michael Myers should probably chill out. He is too bloodthirsty.
He goes on a little bit of a spree in the beginning of this. As soon as he gets up from being shot by Loomis, which I love Loomis when the neighbor's like, I've been trick-or-treated to death, and he's like, you don't know what death is? That's a cool line.
They don't know.
But yeah, Michael Myers steals a knife from an old lady.
I liked that part, and then he goes stabbity, stab. He stabs that lady.
He's a different young girl in the house, so you think he's just going to pick up where he left off and just go back to stabbing young girls in houses, but he doesn't.
He's non-discriminatory, which is good.
Yeah.
Woke. I think Michael Myers is woke because he's not discriminating.
True.
Yeah, he's not discriminating against anyone who murders.
He does kill a black lady in this.
So we have Loomis, and Loomis is like, yo, we have a Michael Myers on the loose. We gotta get him the heck away from Laurie, and Laurie's in the hospital.
They don't know he's going after Laurie yet. Michael Myers doesn't know he's going after Laurie until
he just should.
He hears it on the radio that she was taken to the hospital, and he's like, well, I better go there.
Yeah, he has some sort of force field telling him oh, I should probably check the radio right now to see where Laurie is, because I have to see Laurie.
Well, a kid walks past him with the radio. He didn't just check the radio.
I mean, that kid he's supposed to be next to that kid.
That was Dick Warlock's real life son.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Hey, can you talk about how Dr. Loomis gets a young kid killed?
It's not nice. It's man, Dr. Loomis should be locked up. I think he should be locked up. Tragic way. I forget the way that the kid dies.
He sees the kid wearing the Michael Myers outfit, but it's kind of different.
Yes. Oh, yes. So oh man, I love this so much. All right, so we have Dr. Loomis is like, oh, Michael Myers is out and about. Let me just do a little driving and then get out of my car and then go look at a bunch of teenagers, and they're in a group, and there's a guy dressed as Michael Myers, and he's just wandering around. Mm-hmm. And freaking Dr. Loomis, I don't remember if he calls out, he's like, Michael Myers, or is
he tries to shoot him, and the guy is running into the street to get away from him because he doesn't want to get shot.
So, yeah, and then he gets hit by a car.
Yeah, he gets hit by a car, and he crashes into a van that I guess had dynamite in it because it blows up right away.
It pins against the dynamite van, and then he's a set of flame.
He is dead, and they don't know if he's Michael until they do the autopsy, and they're like, this kid's 17, and they're like, Michael Myers is 21, even though in the credits they accidentally say 23.
Oh.
But who was that young boy who died?
He was my brother.
No. It was Ben Tramer, the guy that Laurie said she had a crush on in the first movie.
Oh no, Laurie!
Now she'll never have a date with him, and he's dead.
Dang, she should have really done some dirty moves to get him.
She should have.
Before he died, because
he wanted to take her to the dance.
Exactly. Also, that's a lesson to all you viewers: do whatever you want to do right now, because you don't know.
Within reason.
If you got yourself a little crush and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to ask about it, do it. They could die tomorrow. That's just reality. They could just die tomorrow. So just do it.
Within reason.
What do you mean? Do everything.
Like, don't ask someone else's wife out.
Why not?
That's messy.
I mean, they can just say no.
It gets messy.
It does get messy. I don't recommend it.
Michael Myers goes to a hospital.
He's in the hospital, and he's just like looking for Laurie at this point. And I think Laurie senses it too. Like Laurie, it seems like Laurie has like some sort of like sixth sense that like, oh man, I feel like I'm going to be attacked. Maybe I should limp out of the room.
Well, she's been having visions and dreams throughout this whole thing.
Would you listen to those visions and dreams?
Well, she's having dreams of her mom going, "You're not my real daughter."
I mean, that's what my adopted mom does to me all the time, so I guess it's not really necessarily a vision as it is reality.
Well, then she has dreams of seeing a young boy in a hospital, and she doesn't know who he is. And then we find out...
I guess true, yeah, your brain only, like, replicates faces you've seen in your dreams. So
can I spoil while Michael's going after Laurie?
Sure, go ahead.
It turns out that there was a secret file on Michael Myers that no one knew about, Mint.
Except for one person.
Well, the state opened it after the murder started. So they basically...
Why would they open it?
Well, basically, the nurse from the first movie who was with Dr. Loomis comes back, and she's like, "Hey, buddy, our boss says you need to get the fuck out of here because this makes us all look really bad." That one of our patients got out and started murdering, and they're like, "They don't want you anywhere near this. Get out of here."
Let's see if they have any siblings.
Yeah,
Oh!
well, yeah, then she goes, a file was opened up, and it turns out Michael Myers had a younger sister.
And it's Laurie.
It's Laurie Strode. But then she goes, she was born 2 years before Michael was sent away, and it was like, there was no baby in that first movie. The parents showed up. They didn't have a baby on them.
That's true.
Unless there was a car seat, but why would the baby be out at night
Or
with
maybe,
them?
like, the baby was in the attic. Maybe they're terrible parents.
And she didn't mention anything about it. No one ever mentioned
Maybe she was given to adoption.
No, she wasn't yet. Because then it says Michael's parents died 2 years later, and then she was sent away.
Later after Michael Myers got sent away?
Yeah, 2 years after he was sent away, they died somehow.
How old was she?
She might have been 4 at that point.
She was 4 when Michael Myers got sent away? Or
Yes.
the parents?
She was 2 when Michael Myers got sent away, 4 when they died.
Oh!
And then, well, the reason they piece it together, because apparently Michael, for some reason, broke into a school to leave blood on a desk,
As you do.
stab a picture of a family, and write Sam Hain on the wall.
I don't understand the scene at all. Like, there's like
They wanted to talk about the origins of Halloween. They tried to fit it in there.
there's a few scenes which I don't quite get. Like,
Yeah.
I like watch like that one scene you mentioned. If you didn't tell me if it was like just like something forced in, I would have been like, huh, this is confusing.
Yeah. And then Loomis goes, he killed one sister, now he's back to kill another. And it's like, how does he know his sister? That is his sister. How does he know?
Maybe
I guess they're psychically linked.
that was a theory.
Mhm.
Or maybe he has like access to like a secret database in behind his eyes. You know,
The devil's eyes?
I don't know what that means.
That's one of the most famous quotes from the first movie. But yeah, keep going, Mint.
So he has like little LED screens behind his eyes, and in that way he can get access to the entirety of the government databases of all around the world, and that way he can figure out how his sister is Laurie Strode. Well, you didn't have to look that far, which is nice. But
You nailed it. I'm sure if John Carpenter was here right now, he'd be like, "Oh my God, I accidentally lost the page of my script that said that. You're a genius." So he's killing people in the hospital.
as you do,
Yeah.
I like that part when he does a little murder. Also, he's like chasing Laurie now, and Laurie, I really like how Michael Myers goes to Laurie's room and stabs the pillow. And I'm like, I already know that Laurie's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But then then it shows that actually she stabbed a bunch of pillows and she's wandering away.
She pulls that same stunt on him in Halloween Resurrection, by the way.
How does he not learn? What's up with him? I don't get it. But anyway, so we have Michael Myers going after Laurie now, and it's pretty exciting. I really like the part in which Laurie's like, Michael Myers, what you talking about? I'm your sister.
She doesn't say that. She doesn't know she's his sister.
Man, that one line, it could just be like not there. And then
she goes, Michael. Like, so Michael Myers. God damn you. Michael Myers kills pretty much everyone in the hospital.
Yep, he does.
Jimmy has a concussion. I guess he's not dead.
That's nice of him.
And Loomis shows up with a cop. That cop dies.
Why is everyone around Loomis dying all the time? That is my main question watching this movie.
They don't take him seriously. But for the second time that night, he's got to save Laurie again.
Frickin' Laurie, man. Yeah. I think that Loomis should take a little chill pill.
Yeah.
Honestly. Also, he needs to take better care of his patients. He needs to make sure they don't escape. Does he have other patients, or is it just
I
Michael
hope
Myers?
to God he doesn't. Speaking of patients, it's established earlier, we never see any other patients in the hospital, but it's established that there is a maternity ward. Michael doesn't kill any of the babies. He's in the maternity ward, but he doesn't kill any of the babies.
It's just there. I remember seeing this, so I'm like, okay, why? What's the importance of seeing this maternity ward?
I think it was to make it. They kind of did the same thing in 2018 where he kills that one lady and then he goes to the room with the baby and you think he's going to stab the baby, but then he just keeps walking.
He doesn't care about babies.
Yeah, it's not exciting for him.
No, it's just like he's just looking at it and he's like, oh wow, I can't believe it. They're pretty cool and they're pretty cute. And then he walks away and he goes on to continue to doing the murder fest of Laurie. I do like how eventually Michael Myers is taken down with a little bit of a flame.
Yeah, well, they shoot him in the eyes.
That's... I memory hold that.
That is a famous image of, like, the blood tears.
I memory hold the shit out of that.
But then, like, Halloween 4, 5, and 6, and then Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection, which are two different continuities, they just don't explain how he has eyes after that. Halloween 4, 5, and 6, he has burns, so they at least try to show that he survived being burnt, but they don't explain how his eyes grew back.
That's because a simple bullet for Michael Myers isn't anything, actually. He has, again, with the LED screen behind his eyes, it makes it so that his eyes are impenetrable. And it makes it so that he can...
How did I forget?
Yeah.
How did I forget about the titanium LED eyeballs that he has?
Yeah, obviously. That's how... They didn't have to grow back. Or if they get damaged, you can just order a new one off of Amazon.
Does he have glass eyes in the other movies and he's just guessing where all the people are?
Yes.
Okay. How do they kill him?
Oh boy, with a flame. They go... And then, like, I really like the shot in which, like, they're, like, burning everything. And Michael Myers is just walking out of the flame. He's, like, really cool looking.
Oh, that was Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a guy in a flame suit. A flame... Oh.
Oh, yeah, he looked pretty thick.
I thought there was a poor gentleman who was testing out a flame suit. Like a firefighter, maybe he was there to do like a fire test, and then he just walked out of the room nearby. He's like, "Why am I on fire?" Ah, you're telling me that was Michael Myers?
That was Michael Myers.
Because it wasn't dressed like Michael Myers. They weren't wearing a mask. You sure that was Michael Myers?
I'm sure that was supposed to be Michael Myers, but you know, in movies they do the things in which they aren't always the person.
So he dies.
On screen. And he seems like he's about to like just be chill, and then he falls, and then he's dead. And I'm like, okay, is that the end of the movie? I don't actually remember. I only remember.
Yeah, she just gets in an ambulance, and they play Mr. Sandman again for some reason. They cut out the ending where Jimmy is in the ambulance, and it shows that he's alive, but they use that for the TV cut.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This movie it doesn't feel as good as the first one.
No, it's not. I mean, I saw this one third.
You saw it third. Which
Yeah,
one did you see second?
Halloween 6. Because when I was a young kid, that was the newest one.
Ah.
So, like, you know, I guess, like, I don't know, my grandfather maybe rented it. But I had seen the first one
Okay.
first.
That makes sense.
And then I went back and I rented 2 because I wanted to know. Like, I'm like, well, 6? I was like, 6? I'm very confused. I should probably watch those other movies. Spoiler. Does not make 6 make any more sense.
Okay, that's
There's
good
2
to
different
know.
versions of Halloween 6 if you ever get up to that one.
Oh my god.
They're both very confusing. They're both very confusing and horribly written.
I'm already confused by the existence of Halloween 2.
Yes. And at the time I was excited for it. I really enjoyed it. I still enjoy this movie. And I talked about it in my episode last year where like I still enjoy it, but like over the years it's not as good as I remember it being.
That's what happens when you're an adult.
There's not a lot of like good character. Like I really love the characters in Halloween. And I don't really care about a lot of these new people except for maybe Jimmy. There's some good kills though. The bathtub kill with the hot lady nurse.
You know, that was satisfying.
Both of those people signed my DVD.
Oh, that's nice. I like seeing hot nurses die.
Yes.
It's like a pleasure.
I didn't like the needle in the eye. You didn't like any of the needles in this.
Yeah, every time I saw a needle insert into the skin, I was like, I have to look away from the screen. So that's probably why I didn't retain as much as you did, because I had to look away.
How did you feel about Michael's movements in this?
The Michael's movements?
Yeah, he was a little robotic for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Michael, he's like, okay, I noticed that his body is definitely like thinner than like the last movie that I remembered. And his acting it's less like psychotic guy that you'll be afraid of and more of like an android.
Yeah, he doesn't like. Remember the first one? He like was strangling people. He would breathe a little bit. He doesn't really like breathe.
He's just like, and he's just like standing there. And then like whenever he does violent movements, maybe he's a little bit aggressive, but that's like rare.
No.
And everybody
the mask fits his head weird too.
Yeah, everyone can be taken down easily by him.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he's a little twink guy.
Yes.
So I do like the different set pieces though.
Yeah, the hospital was pretty cool, but I liked the first one more just because, like, it was in a familiar environment, like your home. Like, it's
That's
more.
true.
Although it could be scary being in a hospital at night too.
Being in a hospital, period, is scary.
Yeah.
Think of all
I
the
just
germs
wasn't
you can get
expecting
there.
that from Halloween to go into that direction, but it worked. I thought it worked.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mostly, it just kind of proved you don't really need a sequel to Halloween, and then they kept making them.
Stop making sequels. Stop making sequels.
I don't
please.
like the sister thing. I used to like it as a kid, but it kind of it really doesn't.
It
go
felt
anywhere.
so forced. It just felt like, oh, we got to make sure that Michael and Lori are connected somehow. And
then it became a thing in 4, 5, and 6 where it was like, now he's after his niece. And then in H2O, they're like, now he's back for his sister.
Why is he back? Why is he always going for his family members?
I don't know. But that's why I like the new series where they're like, we're getting rid of the whole sister thing. We're starting over from one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Man, which one's your favorite Halloween? Chat. I guess comment below.
I do love the music in this, the more synth version of all the scores. That was cool.
Oh,
the music
yeah.
was pretty tight in this.
Yeah, I really like the synth version of the classic Halloween theme. That was bumping. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
And it's got an awesome, but by the way, the poster with the pumpkin skull is really cool. I love that poster.
I haven't seen that poster.
You looked at it you've definitely seen the poster.
All right, let me look at the poster, see if I've seen it. Oh, I've seen it.
Yes.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, overall it's like a fine movie. It's fun to do like a double feature of them.
Like seeing them back to back?
Yeah.
Okay.
But over the years I rarely like return to this one just on its own.
I don't see myself watching this movie again.
Yeah.
What would you rate this movie?
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Tony has stolen my number. I also give it a solid 6 out of 10.
However, if you were going to rewatch this movie, you should do it with our commentary track on Patreon.
Yeah, do that. It's on both of our Patreons.
Yes, you can see what it was like. Like, the best thing about this commentary track and all the commentary tracks we've done during this visit, you get to see what it's like for Mint to watch a movie for the first time.
Yeah, it's fun, exciting stuff. You'll never know what things I have to say that I never say during the reviews because I forget
You'll
it.
never know what she's going to say next because it's not anything a human would ever say. She says some very confusing things. But listen to that. It's on both our Patreons.
Plug your stuff.
Yes. Oh, Hack the Movies. Go to Hack the Movies. I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know what Hack the Movies is. But yes, go to Hack the Movies. We have new episodes every Monday. We did Worst Halloween 3, like I said. Go back and watch our Halloween parody from last year.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
All right.
I did a video about the comic book that tried to connect Halloween 4, 5, and 6 to Halloween H2O.
There's a comic book that tries to do that?
Not well, but it does it.
Well, check that video out then.
Yes, and a lot of Halloween content on my channel. Plenty to pick from there.
Yes, and if you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 Dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, in salad, I'll see you later, my side croutons and bacon bits.
Michael Myers. Oh, I gotta walk off? I'm gonna walk off like Michael Myers does in the movie.